Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschool-ology. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, currently 8th grade, 4th grade, kindergarten, and preschool. On this channel, I like to talk to you guys mostly about secular homeschooling, but also motherhood, having a larger family, traveling with a larger family, and everything in between. Today's video is for you homeschoolers and non-homeschoolers alike, and I'm going to be talking about summer learning. So I'm going to be giving you 5 tips about how to keep learning going through the summer while keeping it fun and exciting and maybe even a little bit different than what your routine is during the year if you're a homeschooler. So let's dive into this video. Here we go. 5 tips for you guys that are going to be keeping your kids' brain going without really keeping, the same routine that you always have. And tip number 1 is going to be doing a summer reading challenge. So there are lots of ways you can do this. There are programs. Most local libraries will have some kind of summer reading program that you can participate in. I know Barnes & Noble's has a summer reading program where you read a certain number of books and then you get a free book at the end of it. We love the summer reading challenge coloring pages from Everyday Reading. I will link her here and probably put a picture up here for you guys. We've used these several summers and my kids absolutely love them, and we kind of just give our own little challenge. Like if they read a certain amount, they get to pick where we go get ice cream, or if they read this many more, they can get a $10 gift card or things like that make it just a little bit more exciting for them and a little more incentive for them. But yeah, summer reading programs really are a great way to kind of keep learning going, keep those reading skills up without your kids really, if you make it a fun game, like a challenge, your kids aren't really realizing that they're still doing school throughout the summer. So this is a great way to kind of keep that learning going. You can participate in the challenge too, set the example. It's just something that's really fun that we typically do every summer. Even though we're year-round homeschoolers, we still tend to do this summer reading challenge because it just really is so much fun. So that is tip number 1. Okay, tip number 2 is fun yet educational apps. So apps like Night Zoo Cooper and Prodigy and education.com and ABC Mouse and Adventure Academy and all those fun apps that are actually learning. Your kids will enjoy them because it's fun, it's extra screen time, it's, if you're not using it all year round, it's something that's special to them. And so, yeah, just a reminder about Night Zookeeper. They normally run some summer learning challenges as well, summer learning activities that you can be involved in. And we just love Night Zookeeper around here because your kids are playing what they think is a fun game and they are doing so much learning along the way. So if you are interested in that, check out Night Zookeeper. I have a discount code for you guys down below that gets you a percentage off of a year-long subscription. And so I highly recommend checking out Night Zookeeper because it's something that your kids can do. They'll have a lot of fun doing. Like my kids will end up being on that app for like 30-45 minutes and not even realize that they're learning things along the way. So we absolutely use it. So don't forget to take advantage of that code down below and get yourself a discount. And you do help support this channel a little bit also by using that link. Prodigy Math, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but we just absolutely love their program. They now have math and English language arts, so reading and phonics and things like that. And we haven't tried that one yet because we typically use Prodigy more so over the summer than we do during the school year. So we are going to check that one out this summer, and I'm sure we'll share our experience with you guys. But the math version has been a favorite around here for quite some time, and kids just really enjoy that. We've also used ABC Mouse and Adventure Academy. My kids do enjoy those when we're using them. But so these fun yet educational apps are a really good way to keep the learning going while your kids think they're just getting some extra screen time. So that is tip number 2. Moving on to tip number 3 is child-led learning projects. So I love the idea of unschooling and doing complete child-led learning, but just for our lifestyle, it just doesn't fit. It's too much planning for mom. Mom has too much going on. It's just something that we don't typically have a lot of chance to do, even though I think it is so valuable. Your kids are going to learn so much more when they are interested in what they are learning about, and it's just going to make for a more pleasurable learning experience. But it is a lot of prep work for mom or the instructor or the teacher who is ever doing it. So that is something that I save for the summer, and I typically let the kids choose something that they want to learn about over the summer. And we don't necessarily, I try not to make it too like schooly, just so that they stay engaged in doing it. But things that my kids have done in the past was like they learned all about how doing stop motion film. There's an app, if I remember, I'll put it here for you guys. But there's an app that they use, and they started doing stop motion. They were writing scripts. They were they were doing so much learning during that process, and they had no idea that they were. They thought they were doing something super fun. They've also done like baking and crafting, like crochet and knitting and those kind of life skills that are kind of really important to learn, or at least I think it's really important to learn. My son got really interested in like electrical circuits, and so we did a project with him that was like completely child-led learning. Like he led the way. What did he want to learn about? What did he want to make? Animal care is another good one. So if your kid is really, wanting, my niece got a hamster, now my daughter's trying to get a hamster, so having her do a project on like the responsibilities of having a hamster and what they need and how much it costs and doing all of that, that is learning. That is so much learning. And then she can, either decide, is that something that's going to work for her? Because we've told her that she can't have one unless she pays for it. So she needs to do the research. She needs to find out how she's going to take care of it, all of that kind of stuff. Another thing that we did one summer that my kids absolutely loved was we got those little pocket microscopes. I'll put an Amazon link down below, and I'll put a picture here for you guys, but these are just like little handheld microscopes. My kids had a heyday with these. They would draw things and then look at like the fibers of the papers. They would take them outside, look at leaves, look at the bark of the tree. They just carried these little things around and looked at everything. They inspected everything. And that was such a fun thing. And then when we started, that led to a discussion about cells, and that led to a discussion about all kinds of other things. And so that summer is a great time to invest in these child-led learning projects that you might not have time to do during the year, but are really engaging and really exciting and really fun for your children. And so that is another great thing to help keep that learning going through the summer with something that's a little bit different than what you would do during your typical school year. Here we go with tip number 4. So this one I'm calling a vacation learning. And so most people take some kind of vacation over this summer. Turn that vacation into something that is going to be a learning experience that the kids aren't going to realize they're learning. So things that we've done things that I would suggest here is like finding a museum where you're going and learn about, maybe it's a museum that's pertains to that area, so you're going to learn something new about a different area. Find an historical home to tour. Learn about how people lived during that time. What amenities did they have? What didn't they have? How did they keep their houses cool? Those kinds of things. We go somewhere historical, like Philadelphia. We've been to Philadelphia, and we saw the Liberty Bell, and we learned about the Declaration of Independence and where it was written and all of that stuff. Or go to, let's see, somewhere else educational. We love going to national parks, and we learn about wildlife and the environment and how to keep the environment healthy and what we can do for that and all those things. So turn your vacation into a learning experience that your kids don't know is a learning experience. So travel learning is something that we love doing down here. We don't limit it to the summer. We do it all the time, but most families take a summer vacation. And so take an extra moment, find a great museum, find, something that they can learn about from that area, a national park that's close by, anything like that, to just turn your vacation into a learning experience, and your kids have no idea they're learning. Another great thing to do when you're traveling is to do read alouds in the car. That is also keeping that learning going. going, entertaining your kids, you know, without having to use an electronic device. And it can be really fun. We've read some really good books while we were driving. One year we were going to see Laurel Ingalls Wilder's home, her last home, like not her childhood home, but her home where she lived with Alfonso. And so we read the House in the Big Woods, which is the first Little House on the Prairie series book, while we were driving there. And so that was really fun because the kids, you know, heard the book and then it was fresh in their minds when we went and saw the her home in the museum. And so it was doing things like that are really exciting ways to keep learning going anywhere and anytime. Last, but definitely not least, this is the one that I really want you to take heart to. Don't stress it. Kids are learning all the time. Having them help you around the house, they're learning. Helping them, you know, letting them watch something on TV, if it's educational, they're learning. You know, some things aren't super educational, but most things you can take something away from. But kids are going to play. Learning through play is the best way for your children to learn. Exploring the world around them by being in it. They're just going to learn so much. Having blocks like magnetiles or wooden blocks, or they're going to be building and learning about engineering. Just kids are learning all of the time. There isn't really anything that you need to do to keep learning going through the summer because kids naturally are learners. So don't stress it. There's not, you know, these other tips that I've given are great tips, great ways to make you, the mom, the instructor, feel better. But honestly, kids are going to learn no matter what. Set them up with a learning rich environment, learning rich toys, take them outside, get them outside and learning, give them tools to explore the world around them, and they're going to learn without you having to do much of anything. So I hope these tips were helpful for you guys. Don't forget to check out the links I've linked down below for all the different resources that I talked about. Some of them are affiliate links, which help me get a little bit of extra financial support here, and so I would appreciate you if you used those links. Don't forget to comment down below what your tips are for extending that summer learning. What's something that you guys enjoy doing that keeps learning going for you guys? And while you're down there, if you haven't already, I'd love it if you would subscribe to this channel, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you will come back and chat with me again real soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.